Like,
Because it's normal
Yeah.
for me, like Canadian everywhere.
I think it's better than
It
being
could
like, oh, you
be.
have a big face.
Right.
You are teasing me.
Okay, so thank you so much for your time. First, where are you from?
From Burma,
And I'm from Brazil.
Okay, cool. So how long have you been in Canada?
2 years.
2 years, okay.
And I've been here for 3 years.
3 years. So you guys know well about Canadian culture?
A little.
A little bit, okay. Cool. So today in this video, I want to ask you about compliments. So some compliments used in Japan not necessarily work in Canada. So I want to hear your opinions on that. Okay? So the first one is, you are tall. You're tall. Do you think that would work here as well? What do you think?
Like
Yeah.
most of the people in here like tall, so that is not like good thing. But in Asia, it's like I
Okay.
also know that kind of thing. So like people really love it, but I don't think that that's a like a normal like good things like normal things that in Canada that
Okay.
people say.
Yeah, right. What do you think?
I agree. Like if you're Canadian, you're usually tall.
Yeah.
And I know Asian people are usually small. So I know that's
Yeah.
why when they see someone that's really tall, they're
Right.
like, oh, you're tall.
You're gonna stand out if you're in Asia because
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
average
yeah.
height is not that high. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. So next one is, you have big eyes or you have a long nose. Like mentioning about like facial parts. This happens in Japan all the time. Like when you see someone like new people, oh, you have big eyes. I like them, kind of stuff. What do you think about it?
She does that a lot to me.
Yeah, because I have a problem with the nose, so I really like someone who has like a high nose. So I really like. I usually talk about it a lot, high nose, but she doesn't. But she's like.
Because it's normal
Yeah.
for me, like Canadian everywhere. It's normal for us to have like this type of nose and stuff. And when she started to say stuff like that, I'm like, oh, thank you. I never thought about it, but thank you.
Yeah,
Oh, you never
so-
thought about it? Okay.
Yeah, because this is normal.
Okay.
Yeah, like
It's
having
something
a
that you
big
don't
eye.
think a lot.
Yeah, I think it's an Asian thing.
Yeah,
Probably,
it's
yeah.
Asian.
Okay, so next one. It's kind of related to the first question, but you have long legs, like long legs.
Ah,
I think this is commonly used in Japan a lot. What do you think about this?
for me and her, like she is taller than me a lot, but like she has a long legs. Like even when we're sitting, like we look like the same size, but when we stand up, she's a lot taller than me, so she has a long leg. So I'm jealous of her having a long leg because I have a short legs.
Okay.
And yeah,
That's true. Like here, I think Canadians, it depends. I never saw a Canadian complimenting like legs, like Japanese or
Yeah.
Asians they do. So
Right.
I think that's like something from Asian.
Some
Asian
people
like long
Yeah.
legs,
Yeah,
prettier. I think.
like
yeah.
having long legs considered like a good thing in
Yeah,
Asia,
yeah.
especially. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, agree. Okay, last but not least, you have a small face. You have a small face. I feel like this is the most like, typical compliment in Japan. It's not very
Yeah.
direct. It's a roundabout, but it's definitely like complimenting people. What do you think about this?
I really want it to be because like my face is big, so yeah, I really like. But in here, like they don't usually care about that. So like it's
That's
only in
true.
Asia, like between the Asian people.
Having small face,
Yeah.
like cute. Oh, you're
Cute,
cute. You have a
yeah.
small
Yeah.
face.
Most
Stuff
of the
that.
like Korean K-pop, like
Right,
Yeah,
they
right.
also
I
like
agree.
small face. So yeah,
Do you think that's commonly used in Brazil?
We compliment more the body than the
Oh,
face.
okay.
Like you have a pretty face. It doesn't matter about the size. It's more
Okay.
like about your eyes, the color of your eyes, your lips, and your body.
Okay. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay. Okay, so last one. I want to ask you the best compliment that you've ever received in your life.
oh, you have a nice eyebrows.
Okay, you have nice eyebrows. Okay.
That's the only thing that I usually heard from the people.
Yeah, you do. You do actually.
Thank you.
Okay. So what about you?
I don't know. They don't usually say it's thing. They usually like, oh, you're really pretty.
Oh.
Or like the girl from the bus saying like,
Yeah.
it could be a model.
Yeah,
you're really
yeah.
tall.
Oh.
Or like your eyes is pretty, like stuff like that.
It's not that specific. It's more like
Yeah,
a general
yeah.
compliment. Oh, okay. Did it make you happy?
It did.
It did?
Especially when she said like, oh, you're really tall. You could be a model. You're really pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, that was really good. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much for your time. First, where are you from?
I'm from Milton, but I was born in Kuwait, but I was raised here since I was 3.
Okay, what about you?
I'm from the Cayman Islands, but I moved here about 5 years ago, and I've been living in Burlington.
So in this video, I want to ask you about cultural difference between Japan and Canada. And especially, I want to ask you about opinions on compliments. So the first one is, you are very tall. You're tall. What do you think about this?
I feel like it's bordering on insult sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like some people I don't know, they don't like to be told
Yeah,
what they already know. I don't know.
I feel like a lot of girls try to be a little shorter, but if you said it to a guy, I feel like we'd be like, oh, thanks, but
Yeah, I feel like it's based on gender too. I feel
Yeah.
like a girl would not like that as a compliment, but I feel like a guy would take that as a compliment.
yeah.
Okay. Do you think that works especially for men, not for women?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's more from men,
Okay.
yeah.
So next one is, you have big eyes. You have a long nose. So compliments about your facial parts. This happens in Japan very often. But what do you think about this?
I feel like you have to know the person a little bit more. It has to be on a very obvious feature. I feel like you can't just kind of say oh, you have a long nose. It's kind of
Yeah.
a little bit insulting.
Maybe a bit, yeah. I feel like I think some people are insecure about their noses. I feel like
Yeah.
eyes maybe less, but I don't know, I feel like noses make me a little.
You don't think that works every time here?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, great. So last one. I think this is the most typical one in Japan. You have a small face. What do you think about this?
I feel like that could maybe be perceived as a compliment.
I just feel like it'd be never heard that before. It's kind of obscure as a compliment.
Yeah, I think it's different, but I feel like it's better than
Could
being oh, you have a
be.
big face.
Right. Better than having a big face.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So last but not least, I want to hear the best compliment that you've ever received. Or what kind of compliments do you recommend?
Personally, for me, I feel like compliments that are more about personality, you're genuine, you're kind, you're thoughtful, are more sincere, I guess, than superficial comments about your appearance, I guess.
I love people saying I have really nice eyes or a nice smile.
Right.
Oh, you have pretty eyes, nice eyes rather than the size of them.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. It was great. Thank you.
Anyways, thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much for your time. First, where are you from?
I'm from Ghana
Okay,
in
so
West Africa.
okay, so how long have you been in Canada?
I've been here for 7 months.
7 months?
Yeah.
Oh, still kind of new.
Yeah, pretty new. I mean, yeah.
So in this video, I want to ask you about compliments.
Okay.
So there are some compliments that are used in Japan, but I want to hear whether those compliments work in Canada as well.
Okay.
Okay? The first compliment is, oh, you are tall. What do you think about it?
You are teasing me. I'm
No,
not
no,
tall.
In general, what do you think about it?
Oh, you are tall. I think if you tell someone you are tall, people may take it in two ways. Are you complimenting them that, oh, you are tall? Or you are tall, it looks kind of weird.
Yeah.
They're not sure how to interpret it. But I think you are tall is a pretty cool compliment, depending on how the person sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on how you say it, right?
Yeah.
So what about this? You have long legs. Kind of similar, but what do you think?
Yeah, similar.
Okay.
Long legs may be a very great compliment, especially if the person is a very confident person. So having long legs is not a deficiency or anything, but it's a great compliment, I guess.
Okay.
So it's not bad at all.
Cool. So last one. I feel like this is the most typical one, but you have a small face. You have a small face. Everybody uses this compliment.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Recently, someone complimented a friend that she has a small face. Really? And I'm like, you didn't know that you have a small face? That's also a great compliment. I think it kind of makes people feel cute.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes people feel cute because people have different, facial shapes.
Right.
So if you tell someone, oh, you have a small face, it makes you feel cute actually. If someone tells you have a round face, that's a little off than having a small face. The small kind of sounds cuter than
having it around me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so last but not least,
Yeah.
I want you to tell me the best compliment that you've ever received.
The best compliment I've ever received is, well, that I have a nice smile.
Oh, you have a nice smile.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I have a great personality.
So it's more about like your inside, not about your
Yeah.
appearance or like.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That was great.
Alright.
Okay, that was it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.